Hello guys, my name is Akshay and in this video we'll talk about how to make people respect you right now, starting from this moment. The techniques and the mindset that I'm going to give you works with absolutely everybody. It works with your so-called friends, it works with strangers, it works with colleagues, it works even with your boss and with your family members. At the end of the video, I'll also give you real life examples of how to respond when somebody disrespects you. So stay tuned. The first and only thing, if I'm really honest, this is the only thing that you have to do to command respect everywhere you go. Okay? And that thing is to completely and fully respect yourself and assume that everybody respects you. If I'm honest, that is the only thing you have to do. And if you can do that, everything else falls into place. People talk about body language. They talk about the tonality of your voice, the projection. They talk about eye contact. When you dare to assume that I am the most amazing thing that walks this planet, and so of course everybody respects me, the tonality, the body language, the eye contact, everything falls into place. I don't care what skin color you are, what caste, creed, religion you are, what country you are from, how much money you make. I don't care if you're a homeless person or you're broke. If you can dare to assume that everybody respects you and you begin to respect yourself starting this moment, that is what you will experience in your world. You have to cultivate an immense sense of self-belief that no matter what my circumstances are today, I can be and do exactly what I want to do and be. I don't care if you're not the tallest person or physically the strongest or financially the most secure or the most good looking person. The people who command the most respect in our world, they are not physically the strongest. They are not necessarily the tallest. All these presidents, they are not physically the strongest or the tallest or the most good looking person in the world. However, they are still respected and even, dare I say, feared by everybody. That is because there was a period, some time in their life when they started respecting themselves. And that is when people started respecting them, and that is how they created a following and became who they are today. It's like you are so drunk upon your own awesomeness. And I'm not saying that others are not awesome. I'm just saying that you are the most awesome, and that's perfectly legal in every country I checked. That's perfectly legal to assume that you are the most amazing thing walking this planet. It's legal. So assume it right now. Everything else automatically takes care of itself. However, since the moment we are born, the only thing that society teaches us is obedience, compliance, limitations. We are taught to give respect, but we are never taught how to command it. Nobody teaches that. We are always taught to give respect. We are always taught to be obedient, and that's not a bad thing. But what that does is it makes us very nice and submissive. It's as if the whole fucking matrix has been orchestrated to keep you in a submissive frame of mind. And hence, it's not a surprise that the top 1% control the rest of the world. Most of us, we don't even know how it feels to respect ourselves or what it means to assume that everybody respects us. And so I'm going to give you a very simple example and analogy that will help you to understand. Imagine that you are the world's most powerful and prosperous country. Okay, imagine that you are the world's most powerful and prosperous country. The most important thing in a good country is good governance. Okay, the administration has to be extremely efficient. All the citizens, they work for the betterment and for the benefit of the country. So, if you are the country, your thoughts, your actions, your beliefs are the citizens, your body, they are all your citizens. So you come to a state internally wherein they all do things that benefit you and only you. And that does not mean that you have to be disrespectful towards others. I'll talk about this later. But within you, you have to come to a state wherein your thoughts, emotions, actions, beliefs serve only you. They serve your vision for the world. And that vision can be that I want to eradicate poverty. It does not have to be a cruel vision. I mean, a vision that disrespects other people. That vision can be extremely compassionate. People like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, they command tremendous respect even today. But they were not fierce or aggressive. They just had immense self-belief in their vision, in their goal, and their thoughts, emotions, habits, and actions were completely aligned. Because if your citizens, that is, your thoughts begin to betray you, okay, they tell you that you are not good enough, it makes you weaker. When you say that I am not good enough for this university, that I am not good enough to be this thing, that I am not good enough to achieve this goal in my life, I will always stay this way. Those thoughts are making you weaker. And so you have to be extremely brutal on them by not giving them absolutely any energy. And when you don't give them your attention, your energy, they die. You cannot have rebellions in your own kingdom, in your own country. You cannot have your thoughts rebelling against you. You have to be extremely brutal and quash those rebellions by not even reacting to them. And you do that by focusing on what you want. That is, I respect myself. I am loved, cherished, adored by everybody. And I only think, feel, and do what I like and what I want. Okay, so good governance within your system, because if you cannot control your own thoughts, you cannot control other people. If you cannot make your own self respect you, you cannot make other people respect you. Number 3 is to build yourself up by utilizing your talents. Okay, if you are a country, you build yourself up by extracting the most out of your resources. Okay, so the things that you have going for you in your life, you make the most out of them. You utilize your talents, your strengths. You work on your weaknesses. And that is how you build yourself up. You make yourself emotionally stronger. You make yourself financially stronger. You cultivate a group of friends that add value to your life. You build yourself up socially. Because a powerful and prosperous country, it becomes prosperous by utilizing all the resources, by learning, by using technology to forward itself. That is exactly what you do. You use the tools that you have to propel yourself in all aspects of life. The fourth one is you build extremely strong boundaries with people. Okay? Because if you don't have a boundary, your country doesn't exist. People will just come in and they'll wreck what you have built. Okay? So you have to learn to establish and enforce boundaries with people. And how to do that is, if something is not acceptable to you, you call them out on it. For example, if somebody tells you that we are going to meet at this place at this time and they don't arrive, you call them out on it. At your workplace, if somebody tells you, please can you do this for me? If it happens once or twice, you help somebody to understand something, that is good. But if you are doing their work consistently, you have to stop it and establish boundaries that no. When your boss is making you do extra work without paying you extra for it, you have to call them out on it. Because that is how you get them to respect you. When your friends, okay, they are your so-called friends, but you are the only one doing favors for them all the time. Okay, and when you need something from them, they ignore you. You have to establish boundaries. And we feel that if we establish boundaries, we will lose this person. No, it's actually the opposite. When you establish boundaries and you show them that I value myself, that is when they begin to value you. It happens in relationships all the time. When you show people that I value myself, I value my time, I value my energy, I respect myself, that is when they value you. When you value them more than yourself, they will exploit you. So learn to establish very firm boundaries. If you don't like something, learn to call people out on it. And you don't have to be aggressive about it. Okay? You can tell them in a very mature manner and they will try to laugh it off. Usually, people try to laugh it off, but you hold your frame, you look them in the eye and you tell them that this is not acceptable. I don't like this. Please do not do this. And that is when they will begin to be drawn into your frame, into your reality, into the truths of your opinion about yourself. It is a very subtle thing, but if you are ever disrespected again, try it. Call them out on it. Tell them that this is not acceptable. I don't like this. If somebody tells you, can you do my homework for me? You tell them, if you don't understand something, I can explain it, but I will not do your homework for you. Because then who will do my homework? And we think that no, but in school we are taught that we have to help everybody and we have to share our lunch boxes. Yes, you've been taught to be nice all the time. And that is why you've learned to value others more than yourself. Not everybody, but many people have learned this. And that is why they become extremely insecure when people don't give them that attention. And the only way they have learned to cope in life is to do things for others. And that is when they get rewarded. Nice puppy, nice dog. Thank you for doing my homework. Thank you for working extra. Thank you, you're such a nice person. Bye. The fifth one is to stop being a validation junkie. Stop doing it. All the attention, love, respect, the fountain of eternal ecstasy is within you. Because when you stop reacting to people, that is when they start reacting to you. So stop begging for their attention, for their love, for their respect. Because when you are doing this, you are being an overly pushy salesman in a store. You walk into a store, you want to buy something. Even if you want to buy it, and the salesman is overly pushy that please, we have this offer, this has this thing. You feel as if it is being shoved down your throat. Don't be that pushy salesman. Don't be that emotional beggar. That please respect me, please. Because when you respect yourself, you establish good governance within you. All your thoughts, feelings, actions, beliefs align with who you are, what you want. When you learn to establish boundaries, when you build yourself up, that is when people will start looking for your validation and not the other way around. I am now going to give you a real life example of how to handle a situation wherein people just out of the blue disrespect you. First of all, if you assume that everybody respects you and you respect yourself, so everybody is just you pushed out. So automatically, energetically, people are going to feel a resistance towards approaching you and disrespecting you. You are going to convey that vibe that I value myself, I respect myself, everybody respects me. So people will not feel comfortable just walking up to you and disrespecting you. Okay, because your eye contact, your body language, your voice tonality, everything will be on point. But if it does happen, I'm going to tell you how to handle that situation. So say that I'm going somewhere or you are going somewhere and somebody just walks up to you out of the blue and tells you, hey, you're ugly. Okay. So there are basically three ways you can deal with this situation. The first way is to completely ignore it. Completely ignore it. I mean, you are so saturated within your truth that I am amazing, I am awesome, that what that person said did not even register with you. It did not even affect you. It did not register. So you totally ignore that person and you walk on. Okay, that is the first one. The second one is to misinterpret. In the manifesting community, they call it instant revision. So if that person said something that you did not like, you make it mean that they said something that is a compliment. For example, if that person comes up and says you're ugly, in your head you go like, oh, that person called me the most beautiful person on the planet, and you go, hey man, thanks, isn't it wonderful, thank you, have a good day, and you just walk it off. You misinterpret it. It did not change your energy, did not change your state, and that is when that person in their head, they're going like, what the hell just happened? And that is when energetically they start being submissive towards you, because you did not react You did not give them the reaction that they wanted. The third one is to blow it out of proportion. Okay? It's like somebody comes up and says, "You're ugly." So you blow it out of proportion. How do you do that? Yes, ugly is the new sexy. You just flip it, man. And then you drop the mic and you walk away. So there are three ways: ignore, misinterpret, and blow it out of proportion. Ignore, misinterpret, and blow it out of proportion. What that person is basically seeking is for your reaction, because people love it when we react to them. Even we like it when somebody likes our posts, they heart our comments. People love when people react to them. So you did not react the way they wanted, and so they are a little bit dumbfounded in their head, and that is when they start respecting you. Okay, and these three are just techniques: ignoring, interpreting, misinterpretation, and blowing out of proportion. But I'll give you another simple rule of thumb on how to handle a situation wherein people disrespect you. You have to imagine that this person is just a small child. Okay, so if a small child were to come up to you and he'd call you names, like really bad names, like fuck this, you would laugh. You would laugh because you know that you're amazing. So you would just laugh. I mean, it would not even affect you. You would go like, who taught you all these words, little kid? So this rule of thumb: if somebody disrespects you, they are just a little child. So don't let it affect your state. Okay, and you will know exactly what to say. If you respect yourself, you assume that everybody respects you, and you follow this rule of thumb that whoever came and said that bad thing, that's just a little kid. You will know exactly how to respond. It comes with practice. So if you're encountering, experiencing disrespect in your life, I know it's not a good place to be in, but I hope that this video helped you. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. All my contact info is in the description. So if you need my help, you can contact me. Unleash the monster within you, and remember that if I said it, I already did it.